Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome back. I know I've been missing in action, but you know what? Things have been busy. As I've told you before, I do a lot of volunteering for the Industrial Heritage Center and for the Alberni Pacific Railway, like this stuff here. And I've been so busy I haven't been able to do any building. I've been elected onto the board of directors, meaning we got a lot of extra work because, as you might maybe have mentioned, or I might have mentioned on YouTube before, we're trying to get railway service on Vancouver Island again. There's no rail lines running here at all, no trains. So we're trying to correct that. We have been meeting with the mayor, city council, the chief operations manager of the city of Alberni, looking at funding and the use of the railway here. So that is what's going on. We'll know that story in another week and a half. We should have an answer on that. Anyhow, since I'm not on the bench, I might as well answer. Hey, a community question. What does your shop look like? Or I guess model bench work area look like? I think it was put out by Jason from Blue Ox Model Shop on YouTubes. And, well, I don't have a shop, but I will show you the shop where I play in. I think that's what we'll do today. Where am I going with this video, Chuck? Actually, I don't even have a house. I'm technically homeless because I lived in Vancouver and I came here to look after my mom in Port Alberni, so technically I don't live here. Technically I don't live in Vancouver anymore because I'm here, and my girlfriend partner in there has moved her kids have moved back home. So yeah, that changes things, and her kids are older and they take up both bedrooms, so she sleeps in the living room, I'm guessing. So anyhow, my shop, this is my shop, my playground. I come here, I volunteer at the railway here and at the Heritage Center with works on the big trucks up there. So I'll do a video and just show you a little bit of that. So my model workbench is not much bigger than this. Maybe 3 times that size, so it's pretty small. So anyhow, this is, I know the lighting's bad. I'll try the other side, hold on. Yeah, the lighting funnels in through the windows there, so it does a shit job. So this guy is the biggest #1 of the collection that they have here. This old 1927 Baldwin steam train. It's almost 100 years old. Whether this thing runs this year or not, that is a big question. Trying to get this railway up and running. Now, just to clarify, no railroad runs on Vancouver Island. It's a huge island. It's the size of a state like Texas or whatever, give or take. I can't remember for sure, but so one of the other reasons why I thought it'd be cool to update or show you my workshop area or where I play, because actually I built my bike here last night, because this group, these trains were started by a model building group. They had a train model building group way back in 1980 that came up with the idea, hey, there's an old steam train sitting up and abandoned that the city threw on the side. Why don't we restore it with the city's approval and we'll put it back to use? And that's what they did. 40 years ago, 1984, they completed the restoration of the number 2, which is on the other side of this shed, and they began this Heritage Society and museum, couple museums here and stuff like that. So that started from a model group, railroad building group, which is, you know, still model building, right? Anyhow, the story on this guy actually was crashed quite a few years back. It fell off a bridge.
Our engine, the number 7, actually fell through a trestle over the Franklin River in 1954. When the wooden structure failed and collapsed beneath the weight of the train and its load of logs.
Now, when they went to rebuild this unit, what they did was the frame was tweaked, so they shimmed one side to match the other side, so it would be run level on the tracks. Other than that, it would have ran like cockeyed or whatever. So that's how they solved the problem after that big crash. Anyhow, we won't probably be able to use this guy this year, maybe next year, but it does run it, and I'll show you the videos. We'll throw them up and we'll move on to the main train we're going to be using this year. Will be this small diesel. It's actually a dual engine diesel. It's got a Cummins engines on the front and a Cummins engine in the back. That's what she says. She likes it in the front and the back. Oh, Chuck, behave. This is a family channel, especially talking about trains. So this will run either directions. You can use either engines. Now, because this guy hasn't been used for a couple years, no trains have been running on any tracks here since 2018, 2019. So it's been almost 5 years. And they used to start this thing up every once in a while, but it hasn't been for a good couple of years, I think. 2 years. Now, we couldn't get it started. Batteries are dead. So we threw it on a charger. And once we get later this week, I think Tuesday, we're going to try starting this. We did once already, but these batteries were not charged up enough. Now, I hope I don't get my head chopped off in this video, but they did ask if I want to run this thing and if I'm interested. And you know what? Maybe. Might be worth a shot, you know? Be something different. I couldn't imagine driving one of these. That's spectacular. So my understanding is I think you need 100 hours to ride along with somebody and to show all the things to get certified. And I guess from my understanding too is it depends on the guy training you. If you get 50 hours and you can show that you're compatible to run everything, or 40 hours or 5 trips, however many it takes, then you'll get a certification. So that might be an option. We'll see, to try something like this. Thrilling, actually, thrilling. And the other part is, you know, if I wanted to go back to mainline, then I can say, hey, I got experience running and driving trains, working on train tracks, maintenance equipment. Maybe not to what their specs are, but it's an easy change up and to learn more and get qualified on other railway companies. And I think here in Canada, it's 6 figures that they pay some of the train drivers. So who knows in life, right? So this character is actually a 1942 diesel engine. I think it says 2 150 horse diesels is what it was, around that. So they're not a high horsepower. This one, top speed with those engines, only 20 miles an hour, they said, but mainly it's used in the rail yards to switch off cars and stuff, and to switch off from one track to another. That is my understanding. Or like in the pulp and paper mills, just hauling around pulp and paper stuff and carts full of logs or whatever. Actually, that was after that we had bought it here on Vancouver Island. Prior to that, this, like I said, built in 1942, it was purchased by the U.S. Navy, and the Navy used this in Birmingham, Alabama. So this guy's got some miles on it from one side of the country to the other. If the city approves our budget to run the train, then we'll be running up and down on speeders like this little guy, doing all the maintenance on it, clearing the railway because it's hasn't been used in 5 years, I think, 2018, 2019. So there's a lot of maintenance work to be done on it, replacing ties, replacing a couple rails and that type of thing. So that's what we will be doing. If this passes, a week and a half from now is what we're waiting. The city's going through their budget to see if they have the funds. If they do, we'll run it on a limited basis. This is the other unit that we can run, or will be running right away. This old speeder, again, to do maintenance. This guy, that's the big logging boom, whatever I can't remember the name of it. That's the one that replaces all the ties and can lift and pick up rails and ties. So that guy I've driven already. I've got videos of me driving this character, so first time ever driving on a train track. So I will throw those videos up, we'll come back and I'll show you what else I'm playing with. That doesn't sound good, does it? It sounds a little creepy. Giggity.
Okay, put the thing in emergency. So no, leave the throttle and just the brake handle.
Oh, back?
No, other way.
Oh, the emergency? Why? It's gonna scare the shit out of me. I don't know, it's gonna let all the air out.
And now look at your air.
So that's fully locked on there, right?
Yeah, so now you just got to pull it all the way back to the release position.
I thought it was release more.
Yeah. 3 toots on the horn. Right behind your head.
Yeah, there it is. That's not bad. Oh yeah, you can see the smoke in the
Yeah. Yeah, so release your brakes.
Oh, they are. Oh, no. So
There
that's
you go.
released, right?
Yep. And now you're just going to push it back into your running position. There you go.
Probably just
You got about 10 feet.
Oh, okay.
5 feet. 2 feet. 1 foot. Yeah, but around there. There you go. Whoop. And now shift it into neutral.
Now I think I'm neutral. Does that have to stay in that one? Hers like a kitten actually. That thing runs really good.
Oh yeah, Lori's been working on it.
Wow. It's smooth. Holy shit. Wow. How about an outside sound of the old Flathead? That thing's so quiet, man. It's got these little tiny little exhaust pipes on it too. Dual pea shooters. They revved it up and it just sounds so smooth. We took for a ride, not far, just down there a bit. It's called a speeder, just used for maintenance and for running from one end of tracks to another end of the tracks. But this one is on the plans to run this year. So as a part of doing this restoration or refurbishing and trying to get back into service, these passenger cars, is all the seating needs to be cleaned up, and I got to install seating on this side. So I've started, I ripped them all out, and I'm getting new uprights installed and a new mounting brackets. On this side it's done like that. I'm going to do it somewhat similar. So we got a lot of cleanup, a lot of knick-knacking to do on this. Is that a right word? Knick-knacking? Does that make sense? So yeah, I painted this all today. Gonna let it dry, then I'll mount my boards tomorrow, and seat mounts, so it'll mount up like that on that side, and the other side mounts on these stand-ups. So got my boards ready. Da 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 da. And there's 3 of these carts, as you've seen. This one's a little bit uglier and it's got a lot more ways to go. Now they do have a couple other trains here. They have an RS4 that was donated by whichever company. That guy we can run also. He's an old diesel. And this guy here, this caboose, that guy will not be running. That's a very beautifully restored unit. Maybe we'll show it another time, not this video. But it's all wood, just unbelievable. The guy that did that, fantastic. It looks, yeah, no words can express the amount of work he's done on these. Maybe I'll kind of sort of get a closer look at the old RS3 here. I wrongly said RS4. Now this guy is the only one of its kind known to still exist. All the others have, yep, went by the wayside. And it's interesting, they put 8427 on this truck or train, whatever you want to call them. We call the bottoms trucks. But 8,427 was how many that was built in Canada, is my understanding. So maybe there's a theme there I never did get to ask. And my other understanding is, I don't know how many were built in America, but yeah, but this is the last one of its kind, so very interesting. And this guy does run, but he's sitting in storage because we're not used. And here's the old two-spot. There he is hiding. So two-spot was the original from this rail line. Tiny guy. So we're going to say a big thank you for hanging out with me today, checking out the shop that we play in. I have no clue how to operate a steam train or steam engine. Do I want to? I'm unsure. Diesel, I'm okay with. Steam, it looks complicated. This one's got 2 seats, so I imagine it takes 2 people to run this. There's definitely too many gauges and levers, and is that left and that's right? Is that left and that's right? Is that left and that's right? Is that the brake? Brakes here? Yeah. Look at complicated setup. More. Holy crap. So my friends, stay tuned for next time. You never know what you're going to see on my channel, or what I'm going to video, or where I'm going, or what I'm doing. Even I never have a clue. So stay awesome until next video, my friends. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we'll see you next time. I can bail out here. If this train runs away, just jump.